My name is Arnoud van den Bergen and I am the General Manager for Stryker Netherlands. Stryker is a global company, one of the leading medtech device companies. And we feel that as a company we have the responsibility to contribute to a circular economy. Well, the mission of Stryker is together with our customers we are driven to make healthcare better. And making healthcare better is a broad definition, but as part of that mission we feel that we have a responsibility towards our customers, towards our patients and towards the economy to also contribute to a lower carbon footprint and a better sustainable economy. Well, the question of course you could ask yourself is how do you actually accomplish that? So there's two components to that. There is of course a global strategy on what do we want to do with respect to corporate responsibility, and a part of that is sustainability. And then there's the component of what do you actually do in the country, locally where we are active. And for example, in this case, I'm responsible for the Netherlands. In the Netherlands we have started a pilot with GreenCycle to collect plastic OR waste and see if we can recycle that and create new products to feed back into the hospitals. Well, what we want to do with respect to collecting waste is at this time we are focusing on plastic. We are focusing on PET plastics. What you see here is PET plastic. We Stryker, we sell capital goods for in ORs, but we also provide implants. And our implants are packaged in these PET plastics materials. So every time that there is a procedure, every time that for instance disposable are being used or implants are being used, we produce these plastics which are required to package them. But as a result, every single procedure leads to a lot of plastic waste. And we feel that it's our responsibility, actually we feel that we could do something with this. And this is why we've started this pilot, this collaboration together with GreenCycle in the Netherlands. So what do we do? What do we actually do in this pilot, in this project? We have a couple of hospitals where we are beginning to create an agreement with. And every week from the ORs, these plastic shapes, and they vary as you can see. There are lots of them depending on the products that are being used. They're being collected in the hospital. We have specialized containers where they're gathered, just the PET materials. And at the end of the week, they are collected by us, by GreenCycle, depending on which party actually collects them. And then we transport them to a central location in the Netherlands, in Utrecht. We then start, shredding the materials, and then finally granulate them into really small particles, which we can then use to actually create a new raw material. And with that raw material, we then have the opportunity to create new products. And here's the interesting part. We have carried out several tests to see if the material properties are more or less similar to the original virgin material. And the outcome of that's the first signs of a potential business model, is that they're almost identical. And with that we are capable of creating other products. And what we are doing now is we are in discussion, of course, with our partners, but also with the hospitals to see what products we can create which will benefit the use in the hospital. Now imagine if you could actually gather all the plastics, create new products, and then circularly feed it back into the hospital. Then you have your circular economy. And in another world, in an ideal world, what we would like to do is then reuse the recycled raw material and use that to create new plastic wrapping for our products.